Now let's take a look at what styling options we have when we place elements inside a group, as you'll most often be using a group as a parent div for inner contents. So let's put a couple of texts inside our group. Let's also make the group 100% width to see what that looks like. And let's check out what's going on with these texts. They're currently in a vertical layout, which means they're one on top of the other one. We could also put them in a horizontal layout where they would be one next to each other. We can also give a gap depending on whether it's horizontal or vertical. We have a horizontal gap. We'll add 20. It adds a gap in between the two elements. We can also add multi-line wrap. If we don't have multi-line wrap, when we reduce the screen size, the text will be pushed off the edge of the screen. Let's add a little margin at the top so we can actually see what's going on here. So when we push the screen smaller, the text will just fall off the screen because the group does not wrap what's the contents that are inside it. So if we add multi-line wrap, then the text will be wrapped to the next line when it cannot be accommodated by the width of the group. And we can decide on what kind of wrap that is, whether it's top and bottom or whether it's in the middle or evenly spaced, etc. And then we get the option to add a vertical gap as well, so that when the elements wrap on top of each other, we can have a vertical gap that makes them wider apart. In case you have cards, for example, inside this group and you want them to be evenly spaced vertically, but also if they are wrapped horizontally. We can also have reverse line wrap where text 2 will wrap on top of text 1 instead of the usual direction where text 2 would go under text 1. We can also clip content if we don't have multi-line wrap, for example. We can also clip content. It means that when the group is too small, it will, and you can't really see it, but it will clip off whatever is at the side. So it won't, for example, scroll left and right or anything like that. It will just cut whatever's at the side. It won't let it spill over. For example, if we give the group a 50% width, we might be able to see that. If we reduce that, the text is clipped by the edge of the box, whereas if it were not, then the text would spill over the box, as you can see here. We can also tell the group to align its contents in the center, at the bottom, and if it's since it's vertical, we can horizontal layout, we can ask it to have things aligned at the right or all the usual kind of horizontal alignment options.